Your mind is opening, and nothing will be the same after this. What if I told you that pretending isn't lying, it's creating? Imagine what would happen if you started acting like success was already guaranteed. Welcome to this video, where we're about to shatter the limits of ordinary thinking. Today, you're going to uncover a mindset so powerful, so transformative, that if you choose to live it, not just understand it, your reality will have no choice but to bend to your will. Because when you act as if everything is falling perfectly into place, your mind begins to build that reality as if it were an unbreakable law. That as if soon becomes a because yes. But first, a question for you, the one who's here by destiny, not by accident. Are you ready to outsmart the system that's been running your life? Drop a comment below saying, "Everything goes well for me," and hit subscribe, because you're stepping into a mental zone where limits simply don't exist. This knowledge doesn't come before or after, it arrives exactly when you're ready. Chapter 1. The character living inside you. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a key, an open door to a mental power so immense that most people fear it. Because if you can conceive it and truly believe it, then excuses vanish. Success boils down to one thing, your inner conviction. Now, picture this. You wake up every morning with the unshakable certainty that everything will go your way. No doubts, no negotiations, no second guessing. You take it as a given, just like you know flipping a switch will light a room. You know whatever you do will work. What would change? How would you walk? How would you speak? What decisions would you make? Your mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's emotionally repeated. Here's the secret. When you act as if everything is going well, your mind starts programming itself with that certainty. And a mind wired for success is a mind that finds success. Faith is a state of mind you can build through autosuggestion. The author made it clear. Faith isn't some divine gift reserved for a chosen few. It's a state you create step by step, word by word, thought by thought. And one of the fastest ways to build faith is to behave as if you already have it all figured out. Acting as if everything goes well isn't fooling yourself. It's choosing to live from the identity you want, not the one others forced on you. When you step into that character, the one who succeeds, who convinces, who transforms, something inside you switches on. Your subconscious aligns with this new version and starts erasing the invisible barriers that once held you back. Think about a Hollywood actor. They don't become their character after months of rehearsal, they become that character the moment they step into the role and fully own it. You are the lead actor in your own life. The real question isn't what role you have to play, but what role you decide to play. Because if you choose to be the one who always moves forward, always finds solutions, and never gives up, then your entire energy begins to command reality to fit that script. Negative emotions can't survive where faith lies. Want to crush fear? Don't fight it, replace it. Fill your mind with the unwavering certainty that everything will go well, even if you have no proof yet, even if you don't see results, even if your surroundings tell you otherwise. Faith doesn't need evidence. Faith creates evidence. The real power lies in walking as if you've already made it. Not like a fool, not like a dreamer, but like someone who's already realized the world bends to those who act from vision, not circumstance. Want to succeed? Then act like someone who already has. Dress like them, think like them, decide like them, speak to yourself like them. Because when you fully adopt that character, your internal vibration shifts, and that changes what you attract. People who succeed don't do it because they never doubt. They do it because, despite doubts, they act as if the outcome is already theirs, and that creates an unstoppable energy. The mind of failure looks for proof before it believes. The mind of success acts first, believes as it moves forward, and then the proof shows up on its own. So today, make this decision. Stop asking if you can achieve it. Start asking, how would someone who's already achieved to behave? And then do exactly that. Do it today. Do it now. Because if you don't, no one else will. No one will rise for you. No one will fight for your vision like you can. Act as if everything always goes well for you, and watch how the universe starts responding as if that's the only possible outcome. Chapter 2. The universe responds to movement. Action is the true measure of intelligence. Wishing isn't enough. Imagining isn't enough. And while faith sparks the miracle, nothing happens until you move. The universe is like a mirror. It doesn't respond to your passive thoughts, but to the vibration you send when you make bold moves. So what happens when you act as if everything goes well? Something shifts. You stop questioning if you can and start building proof that you already are. When you move with conviction, without guarantees, you send a powerful message to the world. I am ready. And that activates answers that once lay dormant begin to awaken. There's an unspoken law that few truly understand. Reality bends to those who lead with intention. The moment you decide to move forward even in the darkest times, doors start to open. Not because the path suddenly becomes easier, but because your determination outshines every excuse. Acting as if everything is going well doesn't mean ignoring obstacles. It means confronting them with the mindset of someone who already knows victory is waiting just beyond the struggle. Opportunities often come disguised as hard work, which is why so many fail to recognize them. The author understood that success never arrives wrapped in silk, it shows up dressed as a challenge. It appears when you're exhausted, after you've failed multiple times, when no one else believes in you. But if you keep pushing forward with the unwavering conviction that you're destined to win, that energy becomes a magnet, transforming every circumstance around you. Most people wait to feel confident before they act. You don't. You choose to act with confidence even if it hasn't fully arrived yet, because confidence isn't something you find, it's something you create. And here's the powerful truth. The more you act with that energy of certainty, the more evidence you gather to back it up. Suddenly, what started as an act becomes your reality. You're no longer pretending that everything's going well, you're living. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone mediocre move forward while others, more prepared, stay stuck waiting? What's the difference? Action. No, but the decision to walk forward as if failure isn't an option. Fear is just inverted faith. It's faith that things will go wrong. And you can't live your life fueled by that kind of faith. If you're going to believe in something, believe in your success. Believe in your ability. Believe that this moment, this stage, this day is part of a story that will end with your victory. Acting as if everything is going well is a declaration of war against fear. Because fear thrives on paralysis, and you're choosing to move. You're choosing to take steps even if you tremble, even if you doubt, even if you don't have all the answers. That's the mark of a true winner. It's not about having every tool at your disposal, but about using the ones you have as if they're more than enough. Every day is a chance to either confirm your vision or sabotage it, and the choice is yours. Will you move forward as if victory is already yours, or will you wait for someone else to tell you that you're capable? Don't forget, the right action sustained and purposeful disarms the deepest fear, while others wait for the perfect signal. You're building your destiny with every step. So, do it. Move with intensity, with purpose, with the strength of someone who knows there's no turning back. Acting as if everything is going well isn't arrogance, it's a commitment to your vision. And when you walk with that kind of strength, the universe begins to part like the waters of the sea, clearing a path for you to pass. The next time fear tries to stop you, remember this: doubt dissolves when you do what you said you would do. And today, you said you were going to win. Keep acting as if everything always goes well, and soon, it will stop being an act. Chapter 3. Success loves a mindset of certainty. Every achievement, every bit of earned wealth, starts with a clear idea, one held firmly by faith and carried into action with unwavering decision. It's not luck. It's not coincidence. It's a mental pattern, an invisible blueprint that only those who embrace it can bring into reality. When you behave as if success already belongs to you, you activate that pattern to work in your favor. Most people wait for proof before they believe. You don't. You choose to believe first, and that's why proof begins to show up, because the universe responds not to your doubts, but to your conviction. This is the secret few master, and it changes everything. Acting as if everything is going well means living from certainty, not mere possibility. That requires a mindset that refuses to wait and anticipates, declares, and provokes. Faith is the foundation of all wealth accumulation. And we're not talking about blind faith or religious faith, we're talking about practical, strategic, powerful faith. Faith in your idea, faith in your ability, faith that every step you take is building an inevitable reality. You don't need to know exactly how everything will turn out perfectly. You just need to keep your vision so alive that your attitude aligns with it. Because the world doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you're willing to embody. Want success? Then act like someone who already has it. Think like someone who refuses to quit. Speak as if every word you say is an order to the universe. Why? Because thoughts combined with clear purpose and relentless persistence translate into wealth. Persistence only matters when it's fueled by a clear vision, and that clarity is born the moment you decide there's no alternative. When you stop looking sideways, burn the bridges behind you, and transform your intention into an internal, irreversible decision. That's what it means to act as if everything is going well. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. You're aligning your behavior with the outcome you want to create, not with the environment you see today. When that happens, the magic begins. There's no force more powerful than someone who already behaves as if success is inevitable because that person isn't playing to try, they're playing to confirm. Life responds with opportunities, connections, synchronicities, because they are already vibrating at the right frequency. Here's the secret. Life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you are. If you're full of uncertainty, you'll receive confusion. But if you embody certainty, clarity will follow. A mind ruled by fear breeds failure. A mind ruled by faith breeds success. This is the crucial crossroads in your journey. There's no middle ground. You're being led either by doubt or by faith. When you choose to act as if everything will work out, your mind starts aligning its thoughts to back that belief. Mental habits begin with internal decisions, and today, you decide to carry yourself like someone for whom success isn't a surprise, it's the natural outcome. How does someone walk who's absolutely certain their vision will come true? How do they face challenges? How do they respond to uncertainty? You do it like this, act that way, even if you don't feel it yet, even if it feels like pretending. Because that acting will become your reality if you hold it long enough. Here lies the secret power. Success gravitates toward those who choose to move as if they are already on the right path, showing a level of leadership the universe simply can't ignore. You don't need all the pieces right now. You just need to start moving as if you already have them. Step by step, everything will begin to fall into place with your new mindset. Acting like everything will turn out well isn't naive, it's visionary. It transforms you into a creator of real possibilities in a world full of automatic reactions and limited thinking. Today, you're not reacting, you're creating. And if you keep that energy steady, focused, and powerful, you'll soon stop acting altogether because the success you imagine will start seeking you out. Chapter 4. Behavior precedes reality. Action is the true measure of intelligence. Thinking is essential, but it's action that turns ideas into reality. Too many get stuck perfecting plans or visualizing intensely, yet never take the first step. The person who acts as if everything will work doesn't freeze waiting for signs, they become the sign. When you adopt the mindset that everything is working in your favor, you move differently. Your words gain conviction, your decisions gain clarity, your presence becomes magnetic. Why? Because the world responds to those who are sure of what they're doing. You don't need the result right now, you just need to behave as if it's inevitable. That's the seed that grows the fruit. If you wait for reality to change before changing your actions, you'll stay stuck. The burning desire to be and to do is the starting point where dreams take flight. What do you do when you really want something? You don't ask if it'll work. You don't get stuck in doubt. You get up and go for it. When desire turns into deep conviction, your behavior shifts and your environment takes notice. Behavior comes before results. You don't wait to be a millionaire to think like one. You think like one, and then the money finds its way to you because you're sending a clear message. I'm ready. That's what people who seem lucky do. They don't just react to the world, they anticipate it and act like the opportunity is already theirs. There's nothing mystical about this. It's pure practical psychology. Your mind controls every cell in your body and every circumstance in your life. When your mind is convinced, your body follows, your tone changes, your posture changes, your decisions become firmer, your energy contagious, triggering a chain reaction of external events that push you toward what you've already accepted as real. It's like the universe says, you're ready. Perfect. Here's what's next. But that delivery only comes when you behave like someone who's already living it. Want to be a leader? Act like one. Want abundance? Make choices from abundance. Want success? Move like someone who already has it, even if you don't see the results yet. When your actions align with your desires, reality has no choice but to reshape itself around you. People aren't defeated by circumstances, they're defeated by their own lack of faith and action. It's not the situation that stops you, it's your interpretation of it. When you believe everything will work out, even your setbacks become part of the momentum. You no longer see them as failures but as signs you're moving forward. And this mindset isn't accidental. It's chosen every day, every moment, every decision. Acting as if everything is working in your favor isn't arrogance, it's inner leadership. It's the constant reminder that any circumstance can be a stepping stone. This principle is so powerful that if you apply it honestly, it can transform your entire life. You'll stop depending on the how and start focusing on who you're becoming in the meantime. And when you change, everything changes. It's inevitable. You might say, but I don't have proof it will work yet. The answer is simple. You won't have proof until you make it real through your attitude. It first shows up in your identity, then in your bank account, your relationships, your results. If today you decide to act as if everything is conspiring in your favor, I promise you'll soon notice signs you missed before because your mind will be trained to spot them. Act with determination. Speak with certainty. Think with greatness. Then watch as the world begins to mirror what you first planted inside yourself. Everything is waiting for you to step into that role, and now you know it. Chapter 5. The secret of mental movement. There are no limits to the mind except the ones we choose to accept. Everything changes the moment you stop bargaining with your boundaries. The human mind isn't confined by fixed borders, but it behaves as if it is, conditioned by your environment, by doubts, and by past failures. Yet those limits aren't real. They're just programming. When you start acting as if everything always goes your way, you challenge that programming. You send a new command to your mind. I no longer move from fear, I move from certainty. And when you do that, you don't need to have all the answers or know exactly how everything will unfold. You only need to be ready to adapt, to learn, and to keep pushing forward. That's where true power is born. Faith is the antidote to failure, but not passive faith. This isn't about sitting back and waiting for miracles. It's about acting with such deep confidence that your behavior no longer depends on what you see, but on what you believe. And that changes everything, because the mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. If you choose to act as if your vision is already reality, your nervous system processes it as truth. Your emotions align, your thoughts reorganize, your body responds, and suddenly you're operating on a whole new level. Not by magic, but by focus. That's mental movement, a quiet, unstoppable force, an internal declaration that says, no matter what happens out there, I have already decided who I am in here. Once that movement begins, the world has to rearrange itself. Thoughts are powerful things, especially when paired with a clear purpose, relentless persistence, and a burning desire. Thinking big isn't enough. You have to act as if you already are. Every word, every gesture, every decision must reflect that higher standard. Because when you raise your internal bar, everything outside starts filtering through new criteria. You stop settling for the minimum. You stop surrounding yourself with mediocrity. You stop tolerating thoughts that once seemed normal because now you're operating from a different place. Here's the striking truth. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they lack alignment. They think one thing, feel another, and act out of fear. That creates a short circuit that blocks lasting success. But not you. You've decided to live as if everything is aligned in your favor, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. At the end of the day, people become what they think about all day, but they also become what they allow themselves to act on all day. Thought creates, but action solidifies. If your thoughts are positive, but your actions are weak, you're sending mixed signals. So choose coherence. Think like you're unstoppable. Speak like you already have it. Act like you know everything is unfolding for your benefit. That's what builds synchronicity, the right people, the perfect opportunities, the unexpected solutions. None of it is coincidence. It all stems from your decision to move from the as if. Most great achievers reach their biggest successes just one step beyond what felt like their greatest failures. They refused to let the fall dictate their next move. They acted as if victory was already written, and by doing so, they wrote it with their actions. That's the mindset you're being invited to adopt. Not tomorrow, not when it's easier. Now, walk like someone who's already found a way. Fight like someone who knows they will win. The world doesn't need more doubts, it needs more people who act with conviction. And if you've made it this far, it's no accident, because this message isn't for just anyone. Chapter 6. The Law of Invisible Expectation. The mind attracts what it truly expects. Pause for a moment and reflect not on what you want, but on what you deeply expect. You might say, I want prosperity, success, abundance. But if deep down you expect things to go wrong, that someone will let you down, or that you'll fail like before, that's the energy you're sending out. This isn't magic. It's a subtle law, the law of invisible expectation. It's a silent force always at work, even if you don't name it. Your expectation is an order, and the universe listens. When you act as if everything always goes well for you, you're telling the universe, I already expect life to support me. And like every law, this one responds with precision. Success comes to those who pursue it with the certainty that it's already theirs. But that certainty isn't faked or bought, it's cultivated. And the way it truly cultivates success, you must act, speak, think, and make decisions every single day as if you are already the person you aspire to be. No exceptions, no days off. The biggest mistake most people make is waiting for proof before they start believing. But here's the powerful secret. You believe first, and then the evidence follows. This mindset is what makes someone unstoppable. When your expectation becomes a quiet prophecy, you don't have to say it out loud. It radiates through your energy, your steady stride, your unwavering gaze. You are expecting the best, and the best inevitably shows up. Every challenge you face carries within it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. This isn't just a feel-good phrase. It's a blueprint for anyone who wants to move forward without fear. Because if you understand that even the toughest moments are part of the plan, there's no reason to freeze or hesitate. You don't need to have all the answers, you just need to keep moving. The right expectation lays the right foundation. But beware the opposite. If deep down you expect to be abandoned, rejected, to fail, or for things not to work out, no matter what you say, your energy is tuned to lose, and life will faithfully deliver proof of that belief. That's why this is crucial. Check yourself, rewrite your story, and reprogram what you're unconsciously expecting. Are you expecting to be chosen or bracing for disappointment? Are you expecting progress or waiting for something to sabotage you? Are you expecting prosperity or resigned to scarcity because that's what you've always known? Don't fool yourself. Your life reflects exactly what your mind expects. But here's the game changer. You can change your expectation right now. You don't need years, you don't need proof, you just need to decide. Act as if the universe is aligned with you, as if obstacles are just opportunities in disguise, as if resources flow to you with every step. Because the expectation starts sending new commands to reality. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So what if you chose to believe you can? What if, even without knowing how, you started moving forward as if everything will fall into place, even when it feels like chaos? That is power. That is true inner leadership. Successful people don't have easier lives, they have stronger expectations. Those expectations act like magnets. They pull in ideas, allies, and results others call luck. But it's not luck. It's synchronicity, not coincidence, conviction, not chance, attitude. When you walk toward the top expecting the path to open, you'll see doors where others see walls, bridges where others see chasms, opportunities where others only see problems. And it all starts with expecting the right thing. So today is your day. Decide to stop expecting disaster. Decide to stop expecting betrayal. Decide to stop expecting I can't and replace it with the most powerful expectation of all. Everything I need is already on its way. Everything that drives me finds me. Everything I am is already bearing invisible fruit. Act like this. Walk like this. Believe like this because the expectation turns life into constant growth. Asterisk chapter 7. The invisible commitment to success asterisk until you commit, doubt will sabotage every attempt. One of the greatest hidden enemies of success is indecision, the moment when you think you're moving forward, but inside you're still considering giving up. This is living halfway, and those who live halfway attract halfway results. True commitment isn't saying, I'm going to try. It's saying, I'm going to achieve this no matter what. It's burning the boats. It's acting as if there's no turning back. Because once you truly decide, everything changes, the energy shifts, your mind sharpens, the universe responds. The universe yields to those who are determined. Look closely at that phrase because it holds a life-changing principle. When you act like you don't have a plan B, plan A starts breathing stronger. Your focus sharpens, your creativity sparks, your persistence becomes unbreakable. Most people don't fail because they lack talent, they fail because they lack commitment. Their decision was never real. It was a maybe, and if everything goes well, it will see what happens. But that's not how extraordinary results happen. If you want everything to go well for you, you must decide with a firmness that shakes your very core. This isn't arrogance, it's alignment. It's acting from an identity so solid that it no longer needs approval or permission. Opportunities don't show up before commitment. First you decide, then the path reveals itself. See the difference? Many wait to have everything perfectly clear before deciding, but those who achieve greatness do the opposite. They decide first, and that decision uncovers paths that were once invisible. Think about this. When you commit to a goal, you're not just stating what you want, you're declaring what you will no longer accept. And that makes all the difference. Because when you know what you refuse to tolerate mediocrity, excuses, doubts, procrastination, everything inside you aligns with your purpose. Faith is the mental state that activates when you commit to something invisible. So commit to that, decide with unwavering certainty, and watch how your life transforms. But here's the truth. Success is inevitable when you fuel it with unstoppable energy. It's not just about setting goals, it's about the intensity of the energy you pour into them. That energy only ignites through unwavering commitment, the kind where you decide, without hesitation, that you will succeed even if the path isn't clear yet. Do you want money to chase you down? Opportunities to knock on your door? The right people to come into your life? Then commit to your success like your life depends on it. Act as if you're already destined to win, because deep down, you are. You just need to step up and embody that future version of yourself who's already made it. Every morning you wake up fully committed to your vision. Doubt has no place to hide. Complaints vanish, and toxic thoughts don't get a second of your time. You are at war with your old self. You're allied with your future. You're connected to your greatness, and that powerful vibe doesn't go unnoticed. Life always responds, but only to those who are truly committed. Remember, everything a person can imagine and believe, they can achieve. So believe with fierce conviction, commit with relentless passion, act boldly, but above all, decide with absolute clarity. Don't let the world see you as lukewarm, uncertain, or afraid. Because if you don't commit to yourself, no one else will. Shut the door on doubt. Burn the bridge to failure symbolically, mentally, emotionally. Declare to yourself, I am 100% committed to making this work. And when obstacles come knocking, don't ask, why me? Instead, ask, how would someone who's already committed to success handle this? That's where true transformation begins, when you start responding to life as the future you're creating, not the past you're leaving behind. Today is your moment. Make a decision that can't be undone. Make a pact with yourself, a pact of power, faith, and destiny, because everything you dream of is waiting for you. You just have to commit first. Chapter 8. Imagine first, enjoy later. The mind creates before the hands build. Want a life where everything falls perfectly into place? Start by seeing it as if it's already real, not as a fantasy, but as an internal blueprint of what's inevitable. Visualization isn't just a technique, it's a language, the language your subconscious speaks fluently. When you imagine with intensity, emotion, and vivid detail, you're engraving an invisible command into your mind that the outside world can't help but obey. Reality follows thought, and powerful thought always finds a way to express itself. Everything you see around you was once just a mental image. The building you live in, the car you drive, the money you desire, they all began as a thought, an invisible design. A vibration held firmly in the imagination of someone who dared to see what others couldn't yet see. So ask yourself, what are you envisioning when no one else can? That's where your power starts, not with what you have, but with what you're capable of imagining with unwavering conviction. Live as if you already are who you want to be. Feel as if you already have what you desire, and watch the world catch up with you. This isn't just a theory, it's a law. When you imagine intensely, your actions shift, your words change, your presence transforms. You radiate a frequency that reshapes your environment, because you're no longer coming from a place of lack, you're coming from certainty. This isn't daydreaming, it's living internally in the result before it appears externally. And that changes everything. Want an abundant bank account? Imagine the feeling of money flowing to you effortlessly. Crave freedom from the clock or office. Picture how it feels to breathe free, unbound by time. Long for extraordinary relationships? Visualize yourself walking through life as someone who already feels whole, loved, and at peace. Here's the secret, don't wait to have it to feel it. Feel it first, and what you desire will show up as a reflection. What you imagine with passion, you attract with certainty. The author nailed it. Burning desire is the spark of every transformation, but that desire can't be weak or fleeting. It must be soaked in vivid mental imagery, persistent emotion, and constant visualization. Imagination is the factory of your destiny. If you don't use it to your advantage, it will work against you. How does that happen? When you imagine problems, replay negative scenarios, or anticipate rejection, failure, or loss, the universe doesn't distinguish between what you want and what you fear. It only responds to the emotional frequency you emit. So your mission is crystal clear. Hold only the images that align with your greatness. Don't waste a second on old stories. Don't replay what you no longer want to live. Don't build your future from the ruins of your past. Build it from vision, possibility, and your highest self. Success isn't luck, it's the reflection of the vision you sustain. You can feel it right now. Close your eyes and step into the version of yourself who's already achieved everything. How does he walk? How does he think? What deed? What choices does your mind make? What does it let slip by without a reaction? That person already lives inside your imagination, and if you hold on to that image long enough, you will inevitably become them. But beware, visualizing once isn't enough. This is mental discipline. This is daily training. This is inner alchemy, because your mind is wired to see what asterisk is asterisk. But you're here to create what asterisk will be asterisk. First, you see it. then you live it. That's how the law works. Make your mind a sacred sanctuary, a place where the impossible suddenly feels possible, where failure isn't allowed to enter, where every day you build internally what the world will eventually reflect back to you. Today is the moment to imagine with unwavering strength. Today is the moment to act as if everything is already falling perfectly into place, because in truth it is. Your imagination is the bridge. Hold it steady until reality crosses over. Chapter 9. The silent power of expectation. What you expect with unwavering conviction is already on its way. Most people expect things to go wrong. They live with the mental brakes on, bracing for disappointments, delays, and rejection. And when those things happen, they say, "I knew it." But they don't realize it wasn't intuition, it was creation. Expectation isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's a powerful mental command sent out to the universe, an invisible signal that activates the mechanisms shaping your reality. If you expect failure, you're already walking straight toward it without even realizing it. But if you expect abundance, opportunity, and success, you're preparing the ground for those things to manifest. Expectation is the antechamber of your destiny. It's not what you wish for, but what you truly expect that determines what you receive. Do you see the difference? Everyone wants big things: freedom, wealth, love, inner power. But how many really expect them? The one who desires but doubts won't receive. The one who asks but fears won't move forward. The one who visualizes but doesn't expect to remain stuck dreaming. The universe doesn't respond to your desires, it responds to your state. And your deepest state reveals itself in what you expect when you're alone, stripped of all masks. When you're silent, what do you believe will happen? That's your true point of attraction. Are you secretly expecting the worst? Are you bracing for failure just in case? Are you convinced things will fall apart because that's just how it goes? Then that expectation is shaping your tomorrow right now. But here's the good news. You can change it. You can consciously choose to expect better, not out of naivety, but out of wisdom. Because when you expect the best, your mind aligns, your language shifts, your attitude transforms, and the world responds with unexpected signs tuned to your new frequency. Act as if you're expecting a miracle, and miracles will come to you. That's what the mysterious author of this wisdom taught. Your faith, held strong as a powerful expectation, is the most direct path to what you long for. It's not about saying, "I hope everything goes well." It's about living as if it's already going well. Walking with the confidence of someone who has already won. Speaking with the certainty of someone who has already been chosen. Thinking like someone who is already receiving, and then life starts to obey you. Your expectation defines your energy, and your energy shapes your experience. Want to elevate your life? Elevate your expectation not with impatience or rigidity, but with serene, confident, unstoppable certainty. Like a farmer who plants seeds and patiently waits for the harvest. The farmer doesn't curse the field the day after planting because there's no fruit yet. He trusts the process. He knows the laws. He understands that the invisible work is already underway, and that's exactly how your success works. When you plant intention, visualization, action, and attitude, the fruit cannot fail to arrive. It's all about alignment, keeping expectation alive, and seeing life through the eyes of someone who already knows how the story ends. Faith isn't waiting passively. It's acting as if you already know you will receive. Here's the key. You act with faith when you expect with certainty. When you wake up every day feeling that something good is about to happen. When you make a call with the energy that a great opportunity might come through. When you walk into a room with the vibration that you will be heard, valued, and chosen. Don't wait with anxiety, wait with mastery. Don't wait like someone who needs. Wait like someone who knows . What you expect joyfully is already rushing toward you. Make expectation your secret weapon. Activate a new internal narrative. I expect greatness. I expect results. I expect miracles because I am part of the miracle. When you live this way, others won't understand why everything suddenly starts working in your favor. But you'll know. You stopped reacting and started expecting with conviction. You stopped begging and started receiving like the creator you are. So today, as we close this chapter, ask yourself one powerful question. What are you really expecting from life? And what does life believe it can give you, based on your vibration? Don't say it out loud, answer it deep within your soul, because that's where the truth lies. Chapter 10, The Law of Internal Reflection. Life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are. Here lies one of the most profound truths. Hidden, but far more obvious signs of success reveal a powerful truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you reflect. Picture this as a mirror. The world isn't some random force deciding what you deserve. Instead, it's a constant reflection of your beliefs, your emotions, your dominant energy. If chaos reigns inside you, chaos will show up outside. But if you carry order, confidence, and purpose within, that's exactly what will manifest in your life. Everything happening to you right now is a perfect mirror of what's vibrating inside you. Want to change your outer world? Then radically transform your inner world first. Most people get this backwards. They try to change their environment without changing their mindset. They want new results but cling to old thoughts. They crave success yet secretly believe they don't deserve it. They desire wealth but treat money like an invisible enemy, and that's why frustration follows. They don't realize life doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your vibration. And that vibration comes from your identity, not what you say you are, but what you deeply believe you are. Want more abundance? Become someone who never doubts their worth. Want to love? Start by loving yourself unconditionally, without masks. Want opportunities? Walk with the unshakable certainty that your presence opens doors. The law of internal reflection is unbreakable. Everything external echoes your internal state. And here's the fascinating part. When you change your energy, you don't have to chase anyone or force any situation. People, moments, and doors begin to appear that you never even noticed before. It wasn't the world withholding them, it was you who couldn't see them. When your mind expands, your reality updates. This isn't empty motivation. It's mental physics, practical metaphysics. It's the wisdom great masters and mentors have shared for centuries. Everything you're searching for already exists, you just can't find it until you become someone who can receive it. First you asterisk, then you asterisk, and then you asterisk. Not the other way around. Those who act as if everything is already working in their favor aren't crazy or arrogant. They're aligned with a higher law, the law of reflection. They cultivate internally what they want to see externally. They train themselves in calmness, program their minds with firmness. They visualize their success before taking the first step, and the world responds like a mirror that can't help but reflect what stands before it. Waiting for your environment to change so you can change? Stop. Look closely. That path leads nowhere. Change yourself first. Believe in yourself first. Act as if life is already on your side, and life will be. This isn't magic. It's the synchronicity between your mind and your universe. Pause right now. Breathe. Feel how you're vibrating today. Does your energy reflect fear or confidence? Does your attitude reflect scarcity or worthiness? Does your language reflect doubt or certainty? Because life doesn't listen to what you say, it responds to who you are. The great transformation doesn't come from outside. It's born from a silent declaration you make within. I no longer act like a victim. I now act as a creator. When that happens, results change, people change, opportunities multiply, not because the world changed, but because you changed first. Close this chapter with this reflection. What is your life reflecting today? And what does that say about you? Answer with brutal honesty, not to judge yourself, but to empower yourself. Because the moment you see it, you can change everything. Chapter 11. The power of the irrevocable decision. Those who decide with unwavering conviction move invisible mountains. Everything changes the moment you truly decide, not when you think about it, not when you consider it, not when you wish for it, but when you decide with total firmness, without looking back. This is the key that separates those who achieve extraordinary things from those who are always waiting for something to happen. Because some decisions change your day, and others change your destiny. A determined mind tolerates no excuses, only results. Do you realize the power in a decision made with your whole being? When someone says, "I'm going to achieve this," no matter what, they've stopped negotiating with doubt. They no longer need guarantees, permissions, or approval. They've aligned with an internal force that pushes, sustains, and guides them. The world begins to yield to a person with a firm decision, not by magic, but because that energy transforms how they see, speak, move, and choose. The indecisive lose opportunities, the decisive create their own. How many times have you been waiting for a sign? What if I told you the sign shows up asterisk after asterisk? You decide. Not before, but after, because life doesn't reward doubt, it rewards determination. That's the code. Acting as if everything always goes your way starts with deciding that it will be so and never abandoning that decision, even when results aren't immediate. Look at anyone who's achieved greatness. They didn't start with resources, they started with a decision to become, a decision to persist, a decision to never settle again. When you make a definitive decision, the whole universe conspires to help you achieve it, but only after you make that decision. It's easy to decide when everything's favorable. The real power is deciding in the middle of the storm when nothing is clear, when everyone doubts, when no one else believes. And there lies the secret. Decide right now, without guarantees, and watch the universe move. You don't need to know how, you just need to know you will arrive. Pretending everything is going perfectly in your life isn't arrogance, it's a powerful mental code, a subconscious program that shuts down Plan B, closes the door on mediocrity, and refuses to entertain mental setbacks. And here's something crucial. Not making a decision is still a decision, and often, it's the one that pulls you farthest away from your true greatness. How many chances have slipped through your fingers because you doubted yourself too much? How many times did you know exactly what you needed to do, but fear held you back? That's the moment the universe stops trusting you because you stopped trusting yourself. But here's the good news. You can fix that right now with one single, unshakable decision. Lift your head, look straight ahead, say it loud and clear. I am committed to acting as if everything is going perfectly for me. From this moment forward, I walk like a winner, speak like someone who's already reached their goals, and think like someone who has conquered fear. Because when you decide from your soul, obstacles don't stop you, obstacles stop in front of you. People notice it, opportunities chase you, money seeks you out. Time bends to your will because you're no longer negotiating with yourself, you're executing a high-level, non-negotiable decision. And you know what's the best part? You don't have to wait until tomorrow. You don't need more information or motivation. All you need is to decide. Close this chapter with a powerful affirmation. My decision is my declaration of power, and from today on, I live as if the universe already says yes. Take a deep breath. Feel it, because now, this is irreversible. Chapter 12. The energy you put out is the reality you draw in. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. This is one of the most powerful invisible laws in existence. Even though the world can't see it, it operates with mathematical precision in your life. Every thought you hold creates a vibration. Every repeated emotion is a frequency, and what you call reality responds exactly to that frequency. So, when you act as if everything always goes well for you, the universe begins to believe you already know it, and that's why it responds accordingly. The world doesn't hand you what you ask for, it gives you what you project. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have endless luck? It's not luck, it's internal alignment. It's a subtle magnetism that activates when you've already decided to see yourself as successful, confident, and at peace with what is and what's coming. Here's the secret. The external world is a mirror, not a creator. It reflects what you're already holding inside. That means you don't need to change your environment, you only need to change your inner signal. Think from the goal, not toward it. Most people live in a place of lack from not yet, from hopefully. And that energy only attracts more waiting, more scarcity, more doubt. But the person who thinks from the results has already won because they become what they're seeking before they receive it. That's the formula. Don't struggle to become first, and everything else will follow. Today, you can rise with an energy that says, I am unstoppable. Everything works in my favor. Money follows me. Opportunities recognize me because I am already what I once dreamed of. And even if you don't yet see it outside, that inner certainty is what will bring it to you. First, you are, then you do, then you have. Most people want results before they change their actions, and that never works. The key is to act as if you already have it, as if you are already that new version of yourself. That's when everything falls into place. Want abundance? Act like someone who already has it, not like someone still afraid they don't. Want respect? Personal power? Confidence? Start walking as if the world already gives them to you, and watch how they begin to show up one by one. This isn't arrogance, it's conviction. It's a vibration. It's deep identity. Because what the world really picks up on isn't your words, it's your energy. And energy can't be faked. It can only be transformed from within. Nothing is more convincing than quiet, unshakable certainty. When you know who you are and where you're headed, you don't have to prove it to anyone. Your presence says it all. This is the huge difference between those who attract extraordinary results and those who keep waiting. The winners don't just want it, they embody it. They act as if it's already real, and that's why it becomes real. So today, I ask you, what energy are you putting out right now? What identity are you living from? Are you waiting for results to feel secure? Or have you already decided to feel secure so you can attract those results? Change begins with vibration, and vibration is created by intention. Intention is you acting as if you already have it. Act as if everything always goes perfectly for you, and your vibration will become the invisible force behind your visible success. Today, walk differently, speak with certainty, breathe deeply. Enter every room as if everything in it already belongs to you because it does. The universe is conspiring in your favor because, truth be told, that's exactly how it works. Let's dive into Chapter 13, the self-image of success. Your reality always follows your identity. You simply cannot live beyond the image you hold of yourself. This is one of the most overlooked truths by anyone trying to transform their life. No matter how hard you hustle, how much you grind, or how badly you want something, if your self-image doesn't align with your goals, you will never truly attract what you desire. Life doesn't respond to your effort, it responds to your identity. And your identity boils down to one core thing: what you believe you deserve. That's why when you begin acting as if everything always goes your way, you're sending a powerful message to your self-image. You're saying, this is who I am, this is my reality, this is how I see myself, this is how I walk, this is how I decide. And little by little, what starts as a simple act becomes an unshakable internal truth and identity so solid that the world can no longer ignore it. Here's the secret: it's not about having a positive attitude, it's about having a strong mental image of yourself. Have you ever noticed someone who moves through life as if failure is impossible? It's not arrogance, it's that they've already made the decision to hold such a powerful mental image of themselves that anything that doesn't fit that image simply fades away. Failure doesn't stick, criticism doesn't penetrate, doubt doesn't settle in because none of that has room in a mind that already sees itself as successful. And here's the game changer: you don't have to wait until you're successful to build that powerful image. You have to build that powerful image to become successful. Your subconscious mind is ruled by images, feelings, and repeated beliefs. So, if every day you act as if you're already that free entrepreneur, that respected leader, that millionaire mindset, your subconscious begins to accept it as reality. Since it controls 95% of your decisions, everything in your life starts to align. Your reality follows your self-image like a shadow follows a body. It's automatic, it's inevitable, and that's why so many people unknowingly sabotage themselves. Their internal image remains stuck in failure, fear, and the past. No matter how many books they read, courses they take, or advice they get, nothing changes if their self-image doesn't change. Now listen closely. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made. It doesn't matter if until yesterday you doubted yourself. It doesn't matter what your past story says. Today, you can choose a new image, a new identity, a new energy that truly represents who you want to be. You don't need external proof, you only need an internal decision. The world will treat you the way you treat yourself. So today, look at yourself as someone unstoppable. Walk as if every obstacle on your path has already been cleared. Speak like someone who commands authority. Think like someone who has absolute clarity. Act as if success is inevitable because it is, once you've decided it will be. When that image in your mind is so strong, so solid, so consistent, the outside world will have no choice but to surrender to it. Everything will start to shift. People will respond differently. Doors will open, opportunities will come knocking, because you're no longer vibrating from desire, you're vibrating from certainty. Life doesn't give you what you ask for, it gives you what you believe you are. So stop asking, what do I have to do? The real question is, who do I have to be? And when you know that, nothing can stop you. Now, on to Chapter 14, the invisible language of success. You don't need to announce that you're going to achieve something. You need to behave as if you already have. There's a language beyond words, silent but powerful, unseen but deeply felt. This is the language true achievers have mastered. It's the invisible language of success. And guess what? You can speak it too, without uttering a single word. Through your posture, your energy, your presence, your focus, and the way you respond to challenges. The universe listens to that. People pick up on that. Opportunities react to that. When you act as everything is going your way, the universe believes you not because you're faking it, but because you're manifesting it. You're sending a crystal clear signal that you're no longer waiting for something to happen, you're affirming it's already happened inside you. And that's where the magic begins. Think about those people who walk into a room and instantly command attention. It's not their clothes or their looks. It's their nonverbal energy, the air of certainty, the calm strength, the quiet determination. That's the frequency of success. It doesn't shout, It doesn't justify itself. It doesn't doubt. It simply commands. And the most powerful part, this energy doesn't come from what they have, it comes from what they believe they are. They don't wait for the world to validate them. They've already validated themselves. And that's why the world responds. What you don't say with words, you shout with your attitude. And here's the truth most people miss. So many people talk about what they want to achieve, but deep down, they act like they don't deserve it. They say, I'm going to be successful, yet they carry themselves with fear, respond with insecurity, and think through a lens of doubt. That's the real issue. The universe doesn't respond to your intentions alone, it responds to your vibrations. And your daily habits, your small consistent actions. The way you start your day, and the energy you bring to everything you do, just then when no one's watching, how you tell this is what truly speaks to the world, the years of interest, into the future you're drawing in. You aren't defined by what you say. You're defined by what you do when no one's looking. So if you want everything to start falling into place, forget luck, you need alignment. Align your energy with a version of yourself who's already achieved what you desire. Every day, ask yourself, how would that person walk? How would they think? What decisions would they make? Who would they surround themselves with? What habits would they drop? Then act as if you already are that person. You don't need anyone else's approval, you've already made the decision. And from that moment, everything begins to shift in your favor. You don't attract what you dream about, you attract what you embody. Stop searching for external signs, the signal is already inside you. Act, think, and move like you're already there. Because when your behavior changes, your reality has no choice but to follow. Chapter 15. The inner game is everything. Nothing changes outside until something changes inside. Ever feel like you're grinding non-stop reading, taking action, but nothing really takes off? The answer isn't out there, it's in your inner game. And this isn't just a metaphor, it's a law. What shapes your reality isn't the outside world, it's the beliefs inside that drive your daily actions. When you act as if everything is going your way, you're rewiring that invisible game. You're not fooling the world, you're training your mind to create a new story. Here's the truth, your mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. If you think failure, your body tenses up. If you think success, your body opens up and expands. Every thought sparks an emotion. Every emotion triggers an action. Every action produces a result. And every result reinforces your identity. So the battle is won at the root in your mental programming. Here's the secret most people miss. Positive thinking alone isn't enough. You have to live as if success is already yours. Not just imagine things going well, but act like that's your natural state. Do you know what great people do before they succeed? They rehearse it, feel it, visualize it, breathe it, then act from that place. The world doesn't hand them permission, they don't ask for it, they grant it to themselves. That's where everything changes. Success doesn't come knocking, it meets the version of you who was already ready. Want to attract better opportunities? Don't chase them. Become magnetic. Master your inner game. Align your self-talk. Make your thoughts, emotions, and actions all point in the same direction. Do this every single day without fail. Talk to yourself like you would to someone you deeply love. No insults. No I can't. Only unshakable beliefs. I am ready. This is already mine. Everything is working in my favor. Visualize yourself living your best life not as a spectator, but fully immersed. Feel it. Walk inside that scene. Notice the details, the smells, the sounds. Love it. Act like you already have it. Make calls with confidence. Speak with conviction. Enter rooms with certainty. Walk like someone who's already won. Because your mind rewires itself through repetition, emotion, and identity. Keep repeating that new pattern day after day, and your subconscious will accept it as reality. That's when the shift happens. Opportunities aren't random, they respond to your dominant energy. You're not a victim of your circumstances. You're a reflection of your programming. Change your inner code, and you change what happens outside. Most people want to change their lives without changing their minds, and that never works. The world is a mirror. It only reflects what's already inside you. So the real power isn't in what you do, but in who you are while doing it. Make security your baseline. Make certainty your signature energy. Make success so natural for you that it's impossible not to arrive. Act as if everything is going perfectly, and little by little it will. Not because the world changed, but because you changed first. Chapter 16. The personality that attracts triumph. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. And that changes everything. Most people think success depends on what they have: contacts, money, opportunities, but the truth is far more powerful. Success is drawn to strong, confident, decisive personalities. It doesn't matter how much you read or plan if you haven't built that magnetic identity that commands respect and trust the moment you walk into a room. That's why acting as if everything always goes your way isn't about pretending, it's training yourself to become irresistible to success. So, how do you build that personality? It rests on 3 pillars: presence, conviction, and emotional resilience. Let's start with presence. Successful people are fully present. They don't drift or hesitate. When they speak, they're there. When they listen, they're there. When they walk, their whole body screams, "I belong here." Your presence says more than words ever could, and it's something you can train. Make noise, feel your body, lock eyes, breathe deeply from your core. Live every moment like the universe is watching, deciding if you deserve it. Because when you master the moment, you master everything. Number 2, conviction. The world doesn't follow the most talented, it follows the most convinced. You might not have all the resources, but if you carry an unshakable certainty, people won't just listen to you, they'll follow you. Conviction isn't about shouting or forcing your will. It's something far more powerful and subtle. It's that inner fire that quietly says, "I'm so clear in my purpose, I don't need to convince anyone." That energy radiates through every gesture, every word, every pause. And money, opportunities, the right people, they all sense that vibration. Want to attract something monumental? Start by believing it's not just possible or desirable, it's inevitable. Number 3, emotional resilience. Winners aren't those who never fall, they're the ones who refuse to stay down. Acting as if everything is going your way means this: when things don't go as planned, you don't see it as a failure or judgment, you see it as a signal to improve. Nothing breaks you, everything shapes you. Didn't land the contract? That's okay. The plan didn't work out? Even better. Got criticized? Perfect, because you've already made your decision. This is just part of the journey toward something greater. The personality that attracts success isn't defined by what it achieves, but by how it responds when it has nothing. That's true mastery. So, do you want to change your results? Start by working on your presence, deepening your conviction, and building your emotional resilience. Do this every single day, no excuses, and I guarantee something in the universe will begin to shift in your favor. Because money doesn't chase those who chase it, money follows those who attract it effortlessly. Make yourself so strong inside, so firm, so clear that your very vibration says, "I am unstoppable. No matter what happens, everything works in my favor." That will become the new magnet of your reality. When your personality aligns with success, success has no choice but to come to you. Chapter 17. The secret language of success: how to speak to the universe. What you say shapes what you receive, and what you repeat quietly, even more so. Your internal dialogue is the contract you sign with your destiny. Many wonder why, despite working hard, they can't seem to move forward. Why does it feel like the universe isn't cooperating? The answer lies in what they say when no one's listening, in those subtle, automatic phrases that reveal how they truly see themselves. Phrases like, "I'm not good with money," "the same thing always happens to me," "I don't know if I am ready," or "what if I fail?" Each word is an order, a command the universe executes without judgment. The universe doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to what you declare with conviction. Here's the key: acting as if everything is going your way also means speaking as if everything is already on your side. How do you do that? First, eliminate victim language. Erase from your mind phrases like, "I can't," "It's too hard," "I don't know how," or "Maybe it's not for me." That language is poison. It drains your energy, closes doors, and shrinks your possibilities. Instead, speak the language of a leader. Affirm what you choose, not what you fear. Say things like, "I am creating extraordinary results. Everything aligns in my favor, even what seems negative. I am prepared. The moment is now. I am attracting opportunities because I already deserve them." These aren't empty affirmations, they're mental commands that reprogram your reality. What you repeat becomes your atmosphere shapes your actions, and your actions create your destiny. Second, be mindful of how you speak with others. Positive thinking alone isn't enough, you have to project it in every conversation. If someone asks how you're doing, don't say, "Just surviving." Say, "I'm moving forward with strength." If you're offered a challenge, don't say, "I'll see if I can." Say, "Of course, I will handle it." This language positions your mind and your presence. Successful people recognize that tone of certainty, and they're naturally drawn to it. Third, develop a verbal power ritual. Every morning when you wake up, declare with energy, "Today, everything aligns for my benefit. My energy attracts success, wealth, clarity and purpose. My vision is stronger than any obstacle. Say it with intensity. Don't just say it, feel it. Express it. Make it real. You'll notice your attitude shift, your vibration rise, and with your vibration, everything changes. Because acting as if everything is going your way isn't about pretending on the outside. It's about speaking, thinking, feeling, and living from the deep, internal certainty that everything is aligning, even what you don't yet understand. And here's where the true power kicks in. When you start speaking the language of success asterisk before asterisk it shows up, success begins to respond to you even sooner than you expect. Your words transform into prophecy, your statements become your strength, and your life starts to mirror the reality you've declared over and over with unwavering conviction. So right now, as you hear this, say it with me. Everything I do prospers. Everything I touch improves. Because I've already chosen this to be my story of victory. Chapter 18. Result Energy. Become the kind of person who's already won. Remember, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. And if you act like if everything is falling into place for you, it means you're becoming someone who's already winning. This isn't about faking it, it's about training your energy to line up with the outcome you want. Too many wait to feel powerful until after they're successful, but the truth is you have to feel powerful first, and then success will follow. That's how the law of attraction works. If you get this, you're already playing in a whole new league. Look at those people who seem lucky, who always land on their feet, where something good happens wherever they go. Notice something? They're not waiting around for anything. They're acting like they already know they deserve their success, like the universe is on their side. And that's the secret. The universe responds to the energy of those who behave as if they already have what they want. So, how do you become that person? First, visualize yourself as the finished product. Don't see yourself as someone chasing success, see yourself as someone who's already there. Walk like them, talk like her, make decisions like that version of you who has already achieved everything you dream of today. Do it now, not tomorrow, not when you have more money, more time, or more experience. Because when you start acting like that person, your biology shifts, your chemistry changes, and your decisions transform too. Second, be mindful of what you tolerate. People who have already succeeded don't negotiate with anything that pulls them away from their vision. They don't accept excuses. They don't waste energy on things that don't add value. And they definitely don't surround themselves with constant complainers or doubters. Acting as if everything is going well means choosing an environment that reinforces that every single day. Because if you surround yourself with chaos, you absorb it. But if you surround yourself with intention, purpose, and power, you start to embody it. Third, make discomfort your ally. Those living in the energy of their results don't run from fear, they harness it as fuel. They understand that true growth lies just beyond discomfort. When obstacles show up, they think, of course, this is part of the journey. This makes me stronger. That mindset creates magnetism because success gravitates toward those willing to pay the price without losing faith. And fourth, treat your steps like they're sacred. Don't scatter your energy anywhere. Make every decision reflect your vision. Let every word carry weight. Design your day as if it was crafted by someone who's already succeeded and is building something greater. This mindset changes your posture, your voice, your rhythm, and your impact. Keep this up day after day, week after week, and the world will start to see you differently. Is it magic? No, it's vibration, tuning, transformation. It's not luck arriving, it's that you've become the kind of person who creates their own luck. So today, I challenge you with this powerful question. What would you do if you knew everything you desire was already guaranteed? How confidently would you walk? With what unwavering faith would you face your fears? That's the energy you must embody, because that's the energy that builds invisible empires that eventually become real. You're not hearing this by chance today. You're activating a new identity. Act as if everything is already going your way, and the universe will, without a doubt, start treating you accordingly. Chapter 19. When you change, everything changes. You can't attract a different life by staying the same person. That's the key. It's not about changing your outside world, it's about transforming yourself from within. The biggest mistake most people make is trying to force the world to adjust to their desires. We wait for the boss to change, for the economy to improve, for opportunities to magically appear. But as the mysterious author once said, The outside world is a mirror of your inner world, and that mirror never lies. If you act as if everything always goes well for you, you're not waiting for signs, you become the sign. Because when you change, everything around you changes too. Your vibration shifts, your habits evolve, your language transforms. And with that, the universe starts responding differently. Want abundance? Be abundance. Want respect? Walk with respect toward yourself. Want opportunities? Start preparing as if you already have them. That's the unwritten law of those who lead their own destiny. May ask, how do I know if I'm on the right path? The answer is simple. Feel your energy, observe your environment, and evaluate your decisions. If you're growing, if you're uncomfortable but determined, if you're acting with intention, then you're on the right path. If not, change yourself. Because you can't keep being the same person and expect a new level of life. Your old identity won't take you to the future you want. You need to say goodbye to that limited version of yourself and start moving like the person who's already conquered everything. And yes, it's hard. Transforming yourself isn't easy. It involves discomfort, sacrifices, and doubts. But if your destination is clear, the process becomes sacred. Imagine this. You're climbing toward a summit. The wind is blowing against you. It's raining, the path is rocky, but inside, you are unstoppable. You already know you're destined to succeed. There's no room for doubt, no hesitation, no second guessing every move you make. You move forward with unwavering confidence, acting as if everything is falling perfectly into place even when the surface tells a different story. That is the essence of true internal leadership. That is living and acting from your deepest truth. And it's exactly what the universe honors with extraordinary results. There's a powerful tool that they use, but that completely transforms everything. Conscious self-observation means looking at your life like an architect surveys a building. You analyze how you think, how you speak, how you make choices, how you react, because what you tolerate today multiplies tomorrow, and what you ignore inside yourself becomes chaos out there. So, make this a habit before you go to sleep. Ask yourself, am I living as the person who already has the result? Do my decisions come from faith or fear? Does my language build me up or hold me back? If the answer is no, don't shy away from judging yourself. Just adjust, correct, recalibrate. Every day is a fresh chance to act as if everything is already working in your favor, and every time you do, you're reprogramming your subconscious, your energy, and your destiny. You don't need a perfect life to start acting like someone powerful. You need to start acting that way so life can align with you. You are not your past. You are the starting point of something much bigger, but only if you face it with courage. So today, here's a truth for you. Everything you desire is already on its way, if you become the person capable of receiving it. Because when you change, everything changes. Chapter 20. The Secret Power of Invisible Persistence. The universe doesn't respond to wishful thinkers, it responds to those who insist. When you decide to act as if everything always goes well for you, you're not just hoping for luck. You're activating a hidden power, invisible persistence. What is that? It's the ability to keep believing when nothing seems to be working. It's continuing to act with conviction, even when everything looks the same on the outside. And that's exactly where most people quit. Many start strong, they make affirmations, visualize their goals, but when results don't show up on their timeline, they give up. They stop just before the breakthrough. They don't realize the universe doesn't run on clocks, it runs on persistent vibration. He who endures conquers, not because he can endure more pain, but because he shows the universe there's no turning back. When you act as if you already have it, even in silence, even while waiting, you send a powerful message. I am ready. That message is stronger than any spoken word, because vibration is the language of the invisible, and your persistent attitude is everything. Many ask, how long do I have to keep going before it works? The answer is simple, until you get it. It's not negotiable. It's not optional. Every attempt, every step, is shaping your character. The universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you can hold without breaking. And that's tested on the days when you don't see results, but still act like everything is already won. That's active faith. It's not sitting back and waiting. It's moving forward as if victory is already yours. A great author put it this way: persistence is to character what carbon is to steel. Without persistence, your desire is fragile. With persistence, your desire becomes destiny. And here's a formula you use, but that never fails. Decision plus persistence plus aligned action equals inevitable manifestation. It's not just about repeating affirmations. It's about walking every day like someone who already lives that new life. You don't do it to convince the world, you do it to transform yourself. Because when your energy, mindset, and actions align, the result can't resist for long. Yes, doubts will come. Yes, tests will challenge you. But if you keep moving forward, if every day you reinforce your certainty, the result will come. You won't see it coming, it will simply appear because you created it with your invisible persistence. Here's a powerful tool you can start using right now, the I already have a ritual. Every morning before leaving the house, stand in front of the mirror and say, "Thank you because it's already done. Thank you because everything is working in my favor. Today, I act like someone who already has the result." Don't wait to feel it. Do it till you feel it. Do it until it's true inside you. Because if it's true inside, it will be true outside. This ritual isn't superstition, it's reprogramming. You're training your subconscious to stop begging and start commanding. And that changes everything. Most people focus on the how, but the truly great, those who master their lives, focus on the who. Who are you when no one's watching? Who are you when there's no applause? Who are you when everything seems to be working against you? If you remain great even in the darkness, then you deserve to shine in the light. So don't ask if it's going to work. Don't measure your results every hour. Persist, adjust, align, and keep acting as if everything is already won. Because the magic isn't in what you do once in a while, it's in what you do every day when no one else would. That is invisible persistence. That is faith in action. That is what turns dreams into reality. Chapter 21. The world reflects what you project. Nothing external has power over you except the power you give it. When you act as if everything always goes well for you, you're not pretending. You're projecting a vibration so strong, so consistent, that reality has no choice but to respond. The world is a mirror, not a judge, and that mirror doesn't give you what you deserve. It gives you what you project. An undeniable truth, take a look around you. Everything you see today, every object, every situation originated from within you. Your beliefs, your dominant emotions, your daily self-talk. This is the world's mirror reflecting back what you project. So the real question isn't, what do I need to change out there? But rather, what am I projecting from inside that keeps this reality alive? The great author put it plainly. You are the master of your destiny because you are the master of your thoughts. Every thought carries a charge, a vibration, a command that the universe reads as an instruction to follow. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, scarcity, or frustration, that's exactly what the world will reflect back to you. But if your thoughts are rooted in certainty, abundance, and gratitude already felt, then the mirror will show you that magnified and amplified. The secret? Act as if you already have what you desire, but not just on the surface. Act from deep within. What does someone living their best life truly feel? What thoughts fill the mind of someone surrounded by success and freedom? How do they walk? How do they breathe? How do they make decisions? When you embody that energy in the little things, in your tone of voice, your gaze, your reactions, the world starts to shift. Not by magic, not by luck, but because the universe simply cannot resist a mind that's fully convinced. Here's a tough truth. The world isn't punishing you. It's training you. Every challenge you face is a disguised question. Have you truly become the person you say you are? When your actions align with your inner standard, even amid chaos, that's when the game changes. You stop chasing results. Instead, results start chasing you. Abundance, opportunity, money, love, they're all energetic extensions. They don't seek out those who need them desperately. They seek those who vibrate as if they already possess them. Do you see the difference? The needy one begs, pleads, runs in circles, and burns out. The one who already has it simply attracts it. And this isn't arrogance, it's certainty. It's the deep knowing that you're not here to beg the universe. You're here to create from the inside out. The real magic begins the moment you realize this. You are the origin, not the effect. You are the cause, not the consequence. If you want to change what the mirror shows, don't yell at it. Don't argue with your reflection. Change the source. Change what you're projecting. Practice this daily. Whenever something feels off or stuck, pause and ask yourself, what part of me is keeping this alive? Instead of blaming others, look inward for adjustments. Maybe you're acting like you believe, but deep down you still doubt. Maybe you repeat success mantras, but your energy screams victimhood. Be brutally honest with yourself and then realign. Think, feel, and act from the reality you want, not from the one you're seeing now. When that becomes your new frequency, the world has no choice but to reflect it back, because the mirror only responds to what you decide to project. Chapter 22. The Decision, Your Point of No Return. Success begins with an unshakable decision. Every person who's ever reached the top has had that moment when everything changes. The instant they decide without hesitation or doubt that they will act as if everything always goes their way, because they understand that reality is simply a reflection of their determination. And here's the kicker, it doesn't matter if the path isn't clear, if resources are scarce, or if the odds seem stacked against you. What matters is that irreversible decision not to let anything or anyone pull you off course. The great author explained it like this: most people fail just as they're about to succeed because they give up too soon. What? Because they haven't reached their point of no return. They haven't made that internal promise that turns every excuse into fuel, every obstacle into an opportunity. When you decide to act as if everything is working in your favor, you stop asking, what if it doesn't work? Instead, you ask, what can I do right now to make it work? That mental shift is what separates dreamers from achievers. It's the invisible door that opens the way to results that once seemed impossible. But this decision isn't a whim. It's an internal battle that only those willing to shed every ounce of fear, insecurity, and excuse can win. Think about it. Every time you doubt yourself, every time you freeze, that moment is a small internal defeat, a surrender of your creative power. It's giving permission for circumstances to decide your fate. And those small surrenders add up until one day, without even realizing it, you're so far from your goal you believe you'll never reach it. But there's a way out. Make the firm decision right here, right now, to act as if everything always goes your way, not as a fleeting wish, but as an unbreakable rule, a sacred commitment to yourself. This means that even when chaos surrounds you, even when doubts and challenges flood your path, even when your mind tries to sabotage you with fear or complaints, you choose to keep the winner's mindset. You choose to think, speak, and act as if success is your only option. Because in that moment, you stop being a victim of circumstances and become the architect of your destiny. And that transformation isn't magic, it's the result of your focused willpower, your aligned energy, and your unwavering determination. What's more, this decision you make is contagious. The energy you radiate starts attracting people, ideas, and opportunities you never even dreamed possible. That's because the universe aligns itself with those who refuse to quit. Never underestimate the power of this inner commitment. It's the launchpad for every effective action, the source of unexpected solutions, and the foundation upon which the life you envision is built. Now, I want you to try something. Say this declaration out loud right now. I choose to act as if everything always goes well for me, no matter what. Repeat it until it feels so real that your body, mind, and soul resonate with it. Make it your mantra, your banner, your guiding light. Because when your decision is unbreakable, the world starts to bend in your favor. The impossible turns possible. Closed doors swing open, and you move forward unstoppable. Do you want to succeed? Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait till you feel ready. Don't ask for permission. The only requirement is that you decide here and now to act as if everything always goes well for you. And if this truth sparks something inside you, subscribe and comment. I have made my decision. Nothing will stop me. That way, you'll know you're on the true path to success. Chapter 23. Unshakable Confidence, the Secret Fuel of Success. Confidence is the invisible engine behind every real achievement. Imagine for a moment that confidence is an unlimited energy source, a secret reserve that kicks in to propel you forward even when everything seems lost. That's exactly what happens when you live as if everything always goes well for you. The great author reveals a truth few dare to accept. Lack of confidence is the root cause of most failures. Confidence isn't just a fleeting feeling, it's a mental force that shapes your ability to overcome obstacles and stand firm when everyone else doubts you. Without confidence, every step feels like climbing a mountain. Every rejection hits like a crushing blow. Every mistake becomes a reason to quit. But with confidence, every fall is a lesson. Every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. Every failure is a push to try again, stronger than before. So how do you build that unshakable confidence? It's not luck or talent, it's the direct result of the choice you made earlier to act as if everything always goes well for you. When you commit to this mindset, your brain starts hunting for proof to back it up, and it finds it in every small win, every step forward, every opportunity that comes your way. That's how confidence grows, strengthens, and becomes a part of who you are. But be careful, don't confuse confidence with arrogance or ignorance. True confidence comes from inner clarity and the deep knowing that no matter what happens, you can adapt and keep moving forward. It's faith in your process, not in instant results. It's the certainty that your effort outweighs any circumstance. The great author puts it like this: confidence is the gateway to your inner power. And here's the key: money, opportunities, and success are drawn to the confidence you radiate. The world responds to your energy. People are naturally attracted to those who believe in themselves. Businesses thrive when leaders act with conviction. Opportunities appear when you're ready to receive them, and readiness includes confidence. So if you're still doubting yourself, if you feel like you're running low on this invisible fuel, remember, every time you act as if everything goes well for you, you're feeding your confidence. You're training your mind to avoid the trap of insecurity. And here's the best part: confidence is contagious. When you believe in yourself, others start believing in you too. That collective belief creates synergy, powerful partnerships, and extraordinary results. Now, it's normal for confidence to waver sometimes. You might feel fear creeping back or doubts hitting hard. That's okay. Confidence isn't a fixed state, it's a muscle you have to train daily. First, celebrate your wins, even the small ones. Every step forward is a brick in your foundation of self-assurance. Second, surround yourself with people who inspire and uplift you. Confidence multiplies in positive, motivating environments. Third, cut out negative, limiting thoughts. Replace them with affirmations that reinforce your strength. Say things like, "I'm ready to face any challenge. Every step brings me closer to success, and I trust my ability to create the life I want." Finally, unshakable confidence is your master key so that money and success don't just find you, they become your constant allies. Because when you act from that inner strength, everything around you starts to shift in your favor. Ready to take the next step toward unstoppable confidence? Subscribe and 119 comments. I'm building unshakable confidence because when you commit to transforming your mind, you transform your reality. Welcome to Chapter 24, Dynamic Visualization, painting your success in the mind. Here's the truth: what the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This powerful yet simple principle is one of the hidden pillars behind the mindset of acting as if everything always goes your way. Before success shows up in your life, it must first take shape in your mind. Picture your mind as a blank canvas. Every thought, every feeling, every belief is a brushstroke shaping the masterpiece of your life. If your painting is filled with doubts, fears, and negativity, the result will be dull and gray. But when you choose to paint with vivid colors, clear, detailed images of your success, your life will start reflecting that vibrant vision. The great author reminds us that visualization is the most powerful tool to bring your desires into reality. But it's not just about imagining. Dynamic visualization means engaging all your senses, feeling the emotions of having already achieved your goals, creating a vivid, almost tangible experience in your mind. When you do this consistently, your subconscious starts working to make that vision real. This isn't just a mental exercise, it's deep training for your subconscious to accept success as inevitable. When your mind embraces this belief, your actions align with it, attracting the people and circumstances that make your success possible. Here's a key insight: it's not enough to visualize only the end result. You must also visualize the process, the actions, the small steps that lead you there. This creates a mental roadmap that keeps you focused and motivated. For example, if your goal is to build a thriving business, don't just picture the money or fame. Visualize the calls you'll make, the meetings you'll attend, the challenges you'll overcome, the daily discipline you'll maintain, and the satisfaction of watching your product grow. This level of detail not only makes your mind crave success, but also prepares you to achieve it. Dynamic visualization also builds that unshakable confidence we discussed earlier. When you vividly see your success and feel the emotions tied to it, your mind believes it's already real. That belief dissolves fears and blocks because your subconscious is already working in your favor. Act as if everything always goes your way becomes more than just a motivational phrase. It's a mental strategy that puts you in the winner's seat before the battle even begins. This isn't magic or wishful thinking. It's a commitment to train your mind on the path to success. So, how do you start practicing dynamic visualization? Here's a simple, effective guide. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed for 10 minutes each day. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Relax your body and mind. Now, imagine your goal in full detail. Where are you? What do you see? What do you feel? Who's with you? Include positive emotions: joy, pride, peace, enthusiasm. Don't forget to visualize the process, the actions you take, the challenges you overcome, the people you help. Make this a daily ritual. Over time, it becomes a powerful habit that strengthens your winning mindset and draws success to you without desperate chasing. Remember, your mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined when strong emotions are involved. So when you show it a clear, positive picture of your success, your brain starts working to make it real. By now, you see that confidence, attitude, and visualization form an unstoppable trio. These are the tools that turn theory into action and action into results. Are you ready to paint your success with the power of your mind? Then subscribe and comment below. I visualize my success and I achieve it. This commitment is your first step to unleashing the law of attraction in your life, unstoppable and undeniable. Chapter 25: Decisive Action from Visualization to Reality. Success isn't a destination, it's a continuous journey fueled by action. After you visualize with intensity and conviction, the most critical moment arrives: taking action. Because your mind can build castles in the air, but without action, those castles remain dreams. The great author warns us that the mind can only reach what the hand works for. Visualization is essential, but without firm, purposeful steps toward your goal, it becomes a fleeting illusion. This is where many people get stuck in fantasy without execution. Acting as if everything always goes your way doesn't mean ignoring obstacles or pretending they don't exist. It means moving forward with the internal certainty that every step, even mistakes, brings you closer to your goal. This mindset transforms every difficulty into a stepping stone. When you act with confidence and determination, challenges that once seemed impossible become disguised opportunities. But action can't be random or impulsive. It must be decisive, plan with clear purpose and fueled by a deep commitment to your vision. Are you ready to take those decisive steps and turn your visualization into reality? Stay tuned, because the next chapter will show you exactly how to make that leap. Here lies a powerful secret that so many overlook: consistent, sustained action beats talent and luck every time. Think about it. Great achievements don't come from sudden bursts of inspiration, they come from the daily discipline that transforms ideas into real, tangible results. That's why your actions must align perfectly with the vision you hold in your mind. Every single day, every hour, every minute should pull you closer to the future you've already imagined. The author reveals a fundamental truth: faith without action is dead. If you believe in your success but don't take action, that belief weakens. But when you act, your faith grows stronger, becoming a powerful magnet that draws in the resources, people, and opportunities you need. Imagine how your life would change if every decision you made was backed by the unwavering certainty that everything will work out. Are you ready to take that leap of faith? To commit to action even when the results aren't immediate? Remember, perfection isn't a prerequisite for moving forward. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction every time. Every step, no matter how small, builds momentum. Every effort gains experience and boosts your confidence. So, how do you start acting as if everything will always turn out well? First, define crystal clear goals. Without a clear destination, every path feels confusing. Break your goals into small, manageable actions to avoid burnout and build lasting habits. Act with urgency, but plan carefully. Don't procrastinate or wander aimlessly. Learn from every mistake. Don't fear failure. Let it be your teacher. Keep your faith strong. Believe in your success even when you don't see immediate results. Review and adjust your strategy regularly. Flexibility is key to staying on course. Decisive action transforms you from a passive dreamer into the active creator of your destiny. Act as if everything will always work out. This is your call to rise up and take control. Don't wait for success to come knocking, make it happen with every move you make. Today is the day to turn all your visions into reality. Remember, the universe rewards bold action. To seal this commitment, subscribe and comment below today. I act with power and conviction. Let that simple statement remind you every day that your success depends on you and that everything is already in motion. Here's a powerful conclusion to close this message: your success is in your hands. From this moment forward, nothing can stop you. You've traveled a path of mental and emotional transformation that few dare to walk, from understanding that your mind is the source to mastering action with the absolute certainty that everything will turn out well. This journey is far from over, it's just beginning. True power lies in applying what you learned, in acting every day as if success is already your inevitable destiny. Always remember, it's not about waiting for the perfect moment, it's about making the moment you have perfect. The great author left us with a timeless truth: What the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But the key is action, getting up, moving forward with determination, and keeping your faith strong no matter what obstacles arise. If today you make that conscious decision, you become the architect of your life, the magnet that attracts every opportunity you deserve. There are no limits outside of you. The only limits are the ones you accept. So act, create, dream, and build with the confidence that success is already walking toward you. Now it's your turn. Take the first step. Make success find you. Let money, prosperity, and personal fulfillment become the natural reflections of your mind and your actions. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this message has sparked something inside you, subscribe, share, and comment. I am ready to act and succeed. Your future starts today with every decision, with every action,